Folks, WWE Raw has ended. And we have some things to talk about. We have some things to talk about that includes the bloodline. Being Jey Uso, Roman Reigns, and Jimmy Uso. It was a segment happened early on in that night on Raw, which included CM Punk, LA Knight, and Jey Uso. All three of those guys have their eyes set on the WWE Championship, which the champion we all know is Seth Rollins. So those guys are gunning for that belt. But during this segment on Raw, chaos erupted. Jey Uso feels like he was in position to make his move, as in creating a match that will contribute to his vision of being champion once again. But guess who comes down to the ring? Oh, Jimmy Uso. Big bro had to come through. And he came through. In Jey's eyes, he messed up the vibe. Jey feels like, what the hell did you come down that ramp for? I was in position. Later on that night, Jey Uso made it known. During backstage, there was Roman Reigns, Jimmy Uso, and Jey Uso. Jey Uso and Jimmy Uso was having words. Jey was explaining that he was pissed that Jimmy came down and interrupted the segment as if, that needed to happen. He feels like Jimmy just messed up the vibe, man. Jey didn't want him to do that. Jey was pissed. I mean, he was pissed. Jey stormed out. Just left the conversation as is. So guess who's left? Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso backstage, side by side. And some words were said that needed to be said. Well, Jimmy let Roman Reigns know that he's not feeling those old Roman Reigns vibes. He don't want Roman Reigns to be in Jey Uso's ear, telling him to do this, telling him to do that. You need to be this, you need to be that. Jimmy made it known to Roman Reigns, I'm the big brother. He needs to listen to me. But then reality hit. Roman Reigns let Jimmy have it. He was brutally honest, folks. But those words need to be said. Roman Reigns told Jimmy Uso that you need to get out of Jey Uso's way. Damn. Which Roman Reigns was telling the truth. Jimmy Uso had no business coming down to that ring, getting in his brother's way. See, the whole thing is Roman Reigns feels like, Jimmy, you're just in Jey's way. And then he went on and said that when Jey Uso became champion, he was nothing like his brother Jimmy Uso. He was nothing like his father Rikishi. He was like me. Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns explained to Jimmy Uso, I made the Yeet Man. I made main event Jey Uso. You did nothing but stood in that man's way. That's a hard pill to swallow, folks. But who else does to get that message across but old cousin Roman Reigns? But folks, I think this is the start of a new series of bloodline business. I think we finna have a bloodline saga coming again. It's giving back old vibes, people. I like it. I like it. This is what we've been missing. We've been missing the bloodline drama. But I feel like this time around, Jimmy Uso needs to be climbing to the top. Old folks, I feel like it's need to be Jimmy Uso's time. He need to elevate this time around. If they're gonna bring the bloodline back to the light and create stories within the family, somebody needs to benefit from it. Everybody gonna benefit from it, but you're only one person out that bloodline, the original, the OG bloodline, that haven't just yet made it to that top. And that's Jimmy Uso, folks. That's Jimmy Uso. Jimmy Uso has not made it to his peak, to the top yet. So I hope this is a new chapter for Jimmy Uso. He have to capitalize and maybe potentially become a singles champion. But it's all up to him. You know, Jey Uso, his rise to stardom was great. He capitalized. Only thing Jimmy needs to do is follow that path. The ball is in Jimmy Uso's court, y'all. Roman Reigns, he carrying the family on his shoulders. Roman Reigns is the golden boy of WWE, and he can elevate his family whenever he chooses. Right now, he chooses to. And it's all up to Jimmy Uso. It's right here, Jimmy. You got to take it. But you gotta stay out of Jey Uso's way. But I like the way this thing is going. I really do. The drama is what we've been missing. If they're gonna bring back the bloodline and start a new chapter with the bloodline, hey, it gotta be better than the last. Gotta be better than the last. And we all know that this can create a great story. It's always gonna be a story with the two brothers, the two twins, Jimmy and Jey. You can always have a story with them. You can say Jimmy being jealous of Jey, which I don't think that's the issue. But you can put, like right now, you can put, hey, Jimmy, you need to stay out of Jey's way. Yeah, I like that. It's not saying that Jimmy is jealous of his brother. He just in the fucking way. That's it. He just in the way. But I think this is gonna be great, man. They heating things up right now. I think it's more to come, and there's more family members gonna be involved. But you know, the tag team is back together. It seems like the bloodline is slowly forming back together, and no telling where they're gonna go after this. So, but we'll see. We'll keep things going. But you know, those words tonight on WWE Raw is what Jimmy needed to hear, and we will see where Jimmy goes from here. How he's gonna capitalize from that. How he's gonna take Roman Reigns' advice, harsh advice. Where he's gonna do with that. You know, is he gonna continue getting in his brother's way, or he gonna say, hey, I'm gonna let my brother do his thing and I'm gonna do my thing. I'm about to be Big Jim. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna rise to the top. My brother had his streak going on. I'm about to have mine. You know, I don't think it would be hard, but you know, I still think it's a lane for Jimmy Uso to be a single star. You know, at first, who would think that Jey would be where he at right now? You know, he broke away from the bloodline. The last run, you know, with the issues they had, Jey broke away, you know. He created, you know, the Yeet Nation, you know, and he rise to the top. He became champion. Even though he's not champion right now, but he became champion. That's a big accomplishment from being a tag team. You know, being a tag team is hard to break. You got a lot of these guys that was WWE wrestlers in their whole career being a tag team. At first, before all this happened, who would think, oh, Jimmy and Jey's gonna break up, but Jimmy Uso is gonna become the WWE champion? Who would think that? But it happened. It happened, folks. But it all thanks to Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns was at the top, and he brought his family with him. How real is that? A lot of people wouldn't do that. A lot of people would be selfish. Hey, you got to pull your own weight. You got to do it your own. You got to make your own way. But Roman Reigns became champion. I'm in the face of WWE. I'm bringing my family with me. I'm bringing my cousins with me. I'm creating that bloodline. We go run WWE. And they did it. And still doing it. Some people just watch WWE just to tune into the bloodline, just to tune into Roman Reigns, just to tune into Jey Uso. That's big. That's big. I mean, it's a lot to come, yo. I feel like it's a lot to come. I like the way this thing is going. I like it. But I do want Jimmy Uso to get it together and become great like the others. You don't want to be the only one without a championship, a singles championship. And when you end your career, damn, I wish I would have did that. I wish I would have did this. But you look across the table and you see Jey Uso, WWE champion. Roman Reigns, WWE champion. Rikishi, IC champion. Even Solo Sikoa, United States champion. And Jacob Fatu. You don't want to be the only one in the family without a singles title. Get it together, Jey. Get it together. Jey, Jimmy, both get it together. But again, folks, that episode of WWE Raw, where that segment, yeah, that spiced things up. That got everyone talking. We will see. We will see what happened next, all right? This your boy, Wrestle with Brian. See y'all next time. Peace.